Hey everybody, welcome to Western Conference Elitists. My name is Ezra Burke. We're doing a little film session on the Thunder new acquisition, Isaiah Hartenstein. We're going to see how he's going to fit alongside another big, something that we did not see a lot of in New York, and try to make sense of the number one seed in the West, adding, the biggest prize in the Western Conference free agency. I know Paul George obviously is the biggest prize of free agency, but for the West, Isaiah Hartenstein is kind of the lead man. So we're going to start here. Just a couple clips of him offensively. We're going to start with him defending in space. This is obviously a big part of what he's asked to do. As a quicker big man, he's oftentimes found on islands in pick and roll, there you see, and he does have the tendency to be flat-footed a bit when he gets in space. This is just, I'm sure, he had a great scouting report under Rosen. He's got a good contest, but it's a clean shot for the offense. Here, Şengün, a mid-range guy, he's ready for it, but he does kind of start his contest maybe a half second too late, and I think it cost him. On Davis here, getting back down, he kind of hedged the mid-range to the back down, and he does struggle sometimes against much bigger guys. We'll see again here with Giannis. As he tries to kind of stay back in prep of the drive, he gives up a mid-range with kind of flat feet in a late contest. Off the pick and roll, the guard gets to the spot quicker. That happens sometimes with Hartenstein, but definitely he's much better than every other big in terms of quickness and his ability to contest. You see there. But he couldn't get beat sometimes, as we just saw with Nembhard and White. Mobley, you can give him that shot. Recovery defense. He is the best recovery defender I've seen since Giannis, basically, in terms of he knows where the action is on the court, and he is fast enough with great hands, as we just saw, to be able to affect the ball, even when he's on the other side of the court. And he's fearless. Goes up against Gobert and gets a block shot. Here, it's one of my favorite plays. Contests. He traps in the corner, gets back in the play, and blocks a Okongwu, who is a monster of a man, and he just takes the ball from him. Here, he's on the opposite block, gets to the other side, and gets a hand in the face. And he's immediately ready to start running. Pick and roll. Kyle Anderson, slow. Hartenstein is not slow-mo. He is fast-mo. He is able to disrupt with his speed and his quick hands. And look at that. He just sees exactly where to go and attacks full speed ahead. And he's not afraid to be on a poster, which usually results in him getting blocks. And here offensively, he's doing this thing. Defensively, and he's running back. And he gets the block and keeps the ball in bounds. He's a hustler. In the post, he's a 7'1", 250-pounder. So there are centers who are taller than him, but he is one of the wider centers when he's in the post. He gets low, he gets big, and he's pretty tough to move. Kevin Love here is going to kind of old-time him. Gets him to jump. Usually doesn't jump. He's very secure on his feet for the most part. Anthony Davis is a tough matchup for everybody, but he is big enough, and he doesn't really allow AD to get side to side on anybody. Weaknesses, this is tough, and he's going to be asked to be guarding more power forwards. Siakam's a tough matchup for him because he's such a mid-range maestro, and he has such a deep bag there. Here's, Embiid, Jokic, you put a big all-star center on him, and he could get back down. This isn't a weakness. This is just a beautiful play. But you have to include some of these. What a shot by Wembanyama. Unbelievable. Here's a closeout where he just attacks too hard. Good recovery. And he gets in. Once again, it's a good recovery. I think they called him for a foul. Here's Hartenstein, top of the key with Turner, and maybe gave him a little too much space. And Turner's probably a bit taller than him, and so he's going to be able to finish that. Halliburton beats him to the spot, and that's something you'll see with guards on Hartenstein. And look, it's tough to be pick and roll there, but he does get beaten to the spot here. I think he just gave I think he read the scouting report and dared him to shoot. Good for Imani Bates. He has probably the most elite hands in the game, and you'll see, even if he's caught like he is here, he gets his hands up in time to contest the shot, basically every single time. In 2K, it's a yellow shot every time you're going up against Hartenstein. Look, he may even get beat to the turnaround by Siakam there, but his hands are there, and he's going to get the shot up. Porzingis, he has to recover. Porzingis gets him. He gets a hand in the face. That's tough on Porzingis. Nobody's really blocking that. It's not a block. Sometimes it will be, but I think more importantly, he never. There's nothing easy on Hartenstein. He's really good at keeping his hands in the right place, right here. No fouls, straight up. When he goes straight up, it's a tough shot for somebody to make. No foul, no need. He's not going to make silly mistakes. He's a very, very smart defender. He knows where everything's happening. Here's Siakam on the post, and he gets the hand up, and it's just a really tough shot to make. Some people will make them, but they're very low percentage. Jokic, he's probably the best Jokic defender I've seen. Look at this. He just smothers him. And obviously, Oklahoma City's watching that, and they're thinking, okay, maybe in the conference finals we have an answer. Because the whole point is that you need somebody to be guarding Jokic, and be doing a lot of the dirty work. Offensive rebounding. He's a menace on the offensive rebounding, on the glass. He dominates. He tries really hard. He gets the ball, sprays it out. He's a facilitator, which we'll see more of. He really goes after the offensive rebounds, and those are key. And especially for Oklahoma City, a team that just needs to get more shots up, I think he's a hand-in-glove fit, especially because I think Chet will be mostly on the perimeter. So I think Hartenstein will have plenty of space and not that much competition. I think he's just going to eat offensive rebounds. And a nice slap rebound there. Gets the ball back, and he's looking to pass. If there's somebody smaller than him, he'll know over the back. He can just cleanly take it, put it in. This is his signature shot. We don't have to see it that much of it. It's a push shot, a floater. He's going to do it a lot. I showed you. There's a couple examples. It's what he does. So don't. It looks funny, but it goes in at a good rate. This is his bag. I think a great comp for Hartenstein is like a poor man's offensive Sabonis. He has the capability of having, not an entire offense, but definitely big pieces of an offense run through him. We're going to see here, the dribble handoff game. He can drive, he can dribble, he can finish pretty well. And he's a great cutter. He's a great cutter. He's always aware of cutting lanes and makes himself open for other people. Here's got a mismatch. Just impeccable footwork there. But I think I really want to highlight, he's an offensive connector in the way that Sabonis is. Dribble handoffs, screens for three-point shooters on the perimeter. He's not going to he's going to enhance the spacing, I'd say, and that's something Oklahoma City is very careful about, is having good spacing. So he's going to help that because he can play. Look at this. Off the inbound, he brings the defenders out, and he sets screens on the three-point line. And if you're not coming up, then you're gonna get blasted. Quick, he probably doesn't want to finish that on Draymond. He probably could if he needed to. But he's one of the best passing big men. Jokic is obviously on a different level, but he is, of the others, maybe the best remaining passing big man. I know Bam's also quite good. It's just a great visual of what he does. Dribble handoff. He can run an offense by himself. Lastly, check out our Spotify. We upload podcasts every week. Thank you for watching.